Still says No Man's Sky. Fuck. I think we're in. All right. I hope everybody's doing okay today. Today I'm gonna finish a couple of fields, but I want to get our cow barns down. But I wanted to kind of show this new mod I found: stump cutter grinder. Brooks. It's an all-in-one. So it's a lot like the tree devourer. It does pretty good. It definitely will eat the tree much faster than the tree devourer does in certain instances, for sure. So that's a 100% thing there. See, it just eats it. But you gotta be careful because the stump doesn't always get it. So. But a lot of times you can just kind of push through and it'll eat that stump up. Kind of like we're doing now. But the only issue I see is if it's too big of a tree, you're going to have to get out and cut it down. Like, see, that stump's a little too big, so we're going to have to just, and that's it. That's it, it's going. So it works pretty good. I like it. Plus it holds like 3 million liters. Not that I need it to, but you could. See, we just rolled over that stump. I'm not going to do too many of these because I'm going to take it over there and put it where now Rumble says we're live. Okay. I'm going to go try. I got to go clear some trees out where I'm going to put these cow barns. I want to try a different cow barn today. I know that the other modded cow barn is not working correctly. It's not calculating the manure correctly, or it's just not, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but it's not working. So, get a couple more of these trees and we'll take off. Because I've already purchased the land. See, this tree's too big. This is a prime example. So this tree's too big. So we're just gonna get out. Watch this. This is pretty good. So we're going to get a little closer. Alright, so it won't let me see, it won't let me go down any further, so right there. I don't like how long the chainsaws take now. They're a lot slower than what they used to be. A lot slower. I know that didn't seem like it was very long, but it is to me. So we're just going to raise up there, and see that tree is gone. It wasn't playing around, and see, and your tree stump is gone. That's much quicker than the tree devourer ever was. I think this tree is probably going to be too big as well. Nope, it took it. But we're definitely going to have to raise her up, and it's gone. So it works pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, you got to raise and lower the tree devourer too, so it's not like it's a lot different. Usually I would have all these fields before I put my cow barns down, but I'm really wanting to get these cow barns down and get it started. Looks like they made the pond a little bit bigger. Maybe not. I think you can drive through. Yeah. Hello, hello. I appreciate that. I'll take a look at it. How's everybody else doing today? You can say hello, hit that like and follow for me, help me out here. Help me out with these likes and follows. That way I don't have to go to Discord and get scammed. I really feel like I pretty much banned any kind of Discord links in any of my profiles anywhere. I'm just gonna say it. So you guys help me out. We won't have to do that. I wouldn't do it anyways. So some of these are a little, yeah, there it goes. See, you gotta come up on some of them, but it's not, I think it works better than the other one. I like it. Like I said, some of them can be a little iffy, but you just raise her up and she's gone. We got to get rid of these trees though, so I can get the cow barns in here. Because the new ones that I found, I'll show you. Construction, cows. If we go all the way down. Cow barn large, 50 should be here. 140, here it is right here, 1250 in cows. But look at the size of that thing. That thing is just huge. But we may end up, I'm not sure yet, because all of this land, unfortunately, is just, you know, it's like a little bit of a valley, sorry. But it's a place to keep your cows. I don't think that this is an auto feeder though. If I don't know for sure. I know it's glitchy right there, isn't it? So, but I've never used this before. I just found this cow barn, so I was kind of curious. The one that I generally use, here's another one for 280, but it's only 140 cows. That's not going to do anything for me. Cow barn with feeding robot. This one is the one that's messed up. It doesn't calculate the manure, and the auto feeder doesn't work. So I mean, it says your cows are still getting their health and everything, but I'm putting out a video today on that, so you can check that out. But this is the one that I always use, and it's pretty solid. It works pretty good. It's got an auto feeder. It only holds 500 cows. This one, depending on the size of the meadow, can hold more than 500. But again, it's not calculating the manure correctly. But I was really curious about this one. I wanted to kind of check it out. It only costs $300,000 as opposed to $722. So it's literally a little less than half the cost. So I thought, well, we'll check it out. Plus, it holds more than 2 of the other cow barns. So I figured, well, we can at least check it out. I can bring the plow over because I'm not going to use those fields for anything other than the cows. So. But chances are we're going to have to delete it, fix the land, and then put it back down, things like that. So it'll take a minute. That's all I needed to take care of was these few trees. The rest of that stuff I can get later. Let's see. Yeah. All right, let me go get the plow, and we'll plow this real quick. It's a 50-meter plow. It won't take long. So, I mean, we could mulch it first, but I'm not going to. We don't need it for any of that stuff, so... Let me check on this, this goofy guy here. I don't know what he's doing. He just decided to quit, I guess. There he goes. All right, here we go. This is the plow. And we're already close, so. I tried to plan ahead. But yeah, I really want to get these cows started. Well, buffalo. I keep calling them cows, but that's because we didn't have cows and our buffalo in 22, and that's what I'm used to, so. I just want to get rid of all this because it is unneeded. The good thing about this plow is that it doesn't really register. See? It'll pretty much go through everything, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, did I not buy? I didn't buy this one. That's okay. Normally I buy that one, but that's okay. Don't really need to. Move, bitch. Weirdly, it won't go through the center, but it will go to the outsides. See? It's just weird. I'm not even going to worry about the little lines. I don't care about any of that. I just want to get a cow barn down and see what's going on. I should have plenty of straw right now to at least get them fed and some grass, because you can feed your cows grass at first. It just takes longer for them to actually produce anything. Much longer, really, because it's only like 20% instead of you getting 100% with TMR. So I think they may have raised it, but I'm pretty sure grass is only 20%. Let's see what that is. Crap. Okay. Because normally I'll start up here. This is generally where I'll start putting the cow barns, and then I fix the land that they're on because it'll be messed up. Because like I said, all this land, as you can see, goes downhill. And there's a gully, and it comes back up. So we'll fix it. I'm definitely ready to get some cows started here. We don't necessarily need any of this over here either, really. But we'll go ahead and get rid of it. Because normally all these trees would be gone, and I extend that field out. When I had this on 22, all these trees would be gone. don't need any of these trees because of the way that cow barns go. But we're going to try a different cow barn, so it may not be necessary this time. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to try this modded cow barn, but I don't have a lot of high hopes since all the modded stuff on cow barns right now hasn't worked for me. And if you do a search, you'll see that it's not working for a lot of people, PC or console. So I don't know if it's the mod or if it's the game. I suspect that it's just the mods. What was that? How weird is that? What is there? Huh. I don't know what was there keeping it from working. Yeah, we'll take care of all this real quick. We're almost got it. I don't think I've ever used these fields to grow anything. I think one time I planted poplars up here. Biggest mistake I ever made. It's just, poplars are just a pain. But don't forget, guys, hit that like and follow. Help me out. Never noticed that little piece of land right there. Interesting. We'll go ahead and, while I'm hitting all this, we'll get rid of that. Alright, pretty quick, pretty quick. Never really quite understood that little fence there, though. It's always weird to me. And you can't delete it, it's always been there. No big deal, I just never got it. Never quite understood why it was there. Go ahead and get rid of all this. Now, like I said, what's good about this plow is we can go ahead and eat up all the dirt under there and just leave the trees. Now, we'll leave the nibs right there. We'll just leave that. I just want to get this cleared out. Because, see, like, there's a big lump there, so I may go ahead and try to flatten it first. I don't know. I'll just put down the barn and we'll just take it from there. That's usually what I do. That is generally the way to go. When we get those big fields, I may end up having to get two of these plows because those fields ends up being huge. I say we'll just leave the little nibs there. We're just going to go down to this last piece, and that'll be enough to get us started. Because if we can get, if these cow barns work and they're a minimum of 1,000 cows each, then I mean, we'll see how many we can get. Because normally I do 8 of the 500 is normally what I do. which is 4,000, of course. And if we do, I don't know if we get, I don't know, I don't think we'll have the space to put 8 of those big ones down. Probably along the lines of 4, so it'll end up being the same, just less building to worry about, I think. Alright. Almost got it. Oh, there's a little tree stump there. I guess my little devourer wasn't as good as we thought. Alright. Now, I'm going to put him back over here, because this is where I'll need him next. I will say one other thing. I wanted to say this. I will say that I do feel like that the construction, if you go into the sculpting, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. I think it is tremendously better than what it used to be, especially when you're trying to soften. Because it used to be, like if you go over here and look, I don't know what that guy, he's nuts. If you go over here and look, you'll see that there's like these little gullies. And I used to have to go and find a piece of flat land like right here, and then you start and you put level all the way through. But it would always be higher than everything around it. Then you had to go back through and soften it. Not anymore. Now you just hit the soft button on it, and it takes care of it for you, which, again, is just tremendously better. Alright, let's see. Yeah, see how that land is? We're going to try some soft real quick. See if we can level this out just a little bit. I don't really see it doing much. I may have to go remove that little tree stump. Alright. That's a little better, but you can still see that lump quite a bit there. Let's try our new cow barn and see what's up. So no adjusting. It is what it is. See how it's gonna sit. It's gonna raise that land up quite a bit. And I don't even know where, like, you load, unload. I don't know anything yet about this cow barn, so we'll bring, I'm gonna put it up here, screw it. I'll just fix the land. Now that's pretty nuts right there, if you ask me. I mean, how in the hell are you supposed to get in there? Look at that. I mean, for real. Jesus Christ. I mean, we'll soften it up quite a bit, but I don't think that's going to do a lot for us. I think we're going to end up having to probably lower everything down to this right here. Probably is what I'm going to end up having to do. I didn't think it'd be that bad. The other barns don't do it like that, so. And it's not really softening like I want, so we'll give it a second here. We'll raise it up just a little, make it a little stronger. It's getting there. It's getting there. Really got to work on it over here. That's not bad. We might be able to work with that. We'll see. I still think I need to delete it and work on it a little bit more. Because, see, there's a drop point there. So, we'll just... Let me try to work some magic through here real quick. See if I can get that better. Those telephone poles don't help much either, so... But I think that's pretty good. I think that's going to be pretty good. Now, see, there, it looks like there's a drop point over here, so... And with that cow barn being in the way, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's better. You had to lower it, make it smaller. That looks pretty good. I'm not a fan of all that shit. Alright. Now let's go check it out. Like I said, I haven't done anything with this cow barn yet, so I don't know anything about it. Well, that surely is not the cow barn that I was wanting to go visit. This is the one I want to go visit. Alright. Definitely nice looking inside. I mean, they did some work on this, on the, you know, I guess this side of it. Kind of cool. That's the modder. Austria Modding is who made this cow barn. If you download this, make sure you give them a good rating if you like it. Don't leave these guys high and dry. What in the actual hell? That's weird. They're just kind of standing there. So it does look like it's an auto milker, but I'm 99% sure there's no auto feeder. Otter. So that looks like it's where you're going to pick up your manure. I thought that I saw in the directions that you could actually put something on the outside. Holds 1 million food, 850,000 liters of water. So this one you're going to have to put water in. Interesting. Which I really don't care. But I hope that we can get us a nice auto, you know, like a water. Now you can put a, and that looks like slurry. So where do I pick up my milk? Here's where you're going to buy. There it goes. So we're not going to get cows. We're going to do buffalo. So they're a little less than cows, which is interesting. You would think that... now those are all beef cows. So no, they're a little bit more expensive than milk cows. Okay, just a hair more. Not anything horrible. $11.75. It's the same price, my bad. Same price. I may have to go back and look up what it says about this. Let's take a look and see. Let me read what it says. Here it is, right? I still have it pulled up. I calculated the feed capacity so that 80,000 liters can be stored per filling type, and a total of 320,000 liters of feed can be stored. Now this says water capacity of 120,000, straw capacity 150. Is this the, no, this is a different one. No, this is it. Manure is 500,000, straw is 150, water 120. Manure can be loaded separately in the aisle or with a trigger in front of the barn. So where is this trigger in front of the barn then? Maybe that's what's on the side out here on the right side that we were looking at. Maybe. Nope, that's where you're going to put your water. That's for bales. So this is a little bit more in depth than just the 500 cow barn. You throw the stuff in there and it auto feeds it. I like the look of this barn. I just wish it was auto. Had an auto feeder. You would think with this kind of money, there's where you're going to get your milk. But I mean, you spent all this time building this, and you couldn't put in a, any kind of tank or anything like that to make it look a little bit more realistic there. I guess would be a problem for me. I'm not seeing an outside trigger like it says though. I don't. There is this yellow box. Now see this. Now he says on there that it's 120,000 liters of water. This says 850. That says 150,000 liters of straw. This says 850. Holds 1 million liters of slurry. I would say the manure's got to be about that high. But I'm just curious how you're supposed to get in here. I mean, that's a pretty tight spot. I guess you go in from down there and scoop it up. Ugh. I don't see an outside trigger. I only see the slurry trigger. But I mean, we'll try it. I'll put another one in and we'll try 2 of them and see what happens. All right. So we're zoomed all the way out. We'll put it about right there. Try to get it far enough away. Whew. Okay, so it took up some of the room in the thing. Let's see if we can soften that up without having to delete it. I may take it back out. I don't like this big hump in the middle. Well, it's not terrible. I just don't like this big hump. I might have to just use the lower ground one on that. Just going to take a little bit, but it looks like it's going down, so that's good news. Yeah, because I really didn't want the water to have to... It's going down. It's just taking a little bit here. But I do feel like I could get... I could definitely get 2 more in here. No big deal there. We're going to see how many we can get. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Try to get this lowered as much as we can. Definitely takes a little bit of work. It's really hard to tell sometimes. Now back here, we'll just make it smaller again. Let's... That's not too bad right there. Here it needs a little bit more work. As long as we're not jumping off a cliff trying to get it, it's fine. And I'm definitely not worried about the water thing over here. I don't give a crap about this little pond. Although it is a free fill point, so, you know. But you're definitely not going to get 3 in a row here, that's for sure. I'll have to go down the street here. All right. Well, so there's our cow barns. There's 2 of them at least. Now, that's already 2,300, right? $12.50 each. Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. I could probably go down a little bit more over there, but that's a lot better. Yeah, everything seems to be... I could probably come down with this a little bit too. Yeah, $12.50. So, well, what did I say? It should be 2,500 cows. And let's see, does it have lights in here? Like I said, I don't know anything about this one. It's got lights. Generally, they're weirdly on the other end of these things down here, so we'll take a look. I'm running as fast as the game lets me, so. And if I end up not liking it, then I'll just get rid of it and sell the cattle and put in the regular ones. I'm assuming that's the auto milker is what this is. I don't see any way to turn lights on, so they must be auto. So you put your straw bales in here if you have straw bales. Otherwise, I wonder if it takes regular straw, if I can just come in with a trailer, because I don't do bales, so. I could always, I guess, make them, but I really don't want to. Single player, it's a ton of work, so just saying. Now we got that information that we wanted. Let's go back. Oops. Guess I better put the game back on. There we go. Because I'm curious what this big yellow... This has got a... right here. So I'm curious what that would be for. Well, we need straw at minimally, so, and some water. How much money? $7.76. All right, so the best water tanker that I'm aware of is still the TARDIS at 200,000 liters. There we go. There we go. So we'll get 2 of these. They're not very expensive. They're 12,000 bucks each. Okay. I don't have any trailers yet, but we're not going to use that one. We'll use this one. I think I have 1 trailer, and that's it. There we go. Now, interesting, I find that I'll show you something that I wasn't aware of. These all down here, I'm going to go down to it. See, I thought these were all grays, but they're not. Chrome blue. It's like, I mean, why are they all gray? Didn't quite get that. Yeah, I don't want chrome red there. I want black. There we go. Design color. One of my favorites is the chrome toothpaste. There it is. Reflector's fine. Inner rim color. Outer rim, we're going to make black. There we go. Let's see, these are 20,000 each. Let's get 4, I think. Alright. This tractor is available. We'll just drop this off right here. And the good thing is that the store is just right up the street here, so. There we go. I was like, I know it opens. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, crap. If I could just drive, that'd be fantastic. Just need the one for now. We're going to get the straw. Like I said, there is a water distributor, but it doesn't really distribute much water. I really haven't seen anything yet that gives us like that auto feeder, that automatic water pump from 22 was probably the best thing ever. I'm really surprised we haven't gotten anything like that yet for 25. I don't know why. But we still haven't even got a Treeby going yet, so I don't know. And if you remember correctly, I think we had Treeby going way before we had that tree devourer on 22, so I don't know why we're not gotten it yet. Ooh, I don't know why we haven't gotten it yet. Ah. Oh, you know what? Good Lord, I found a fence. We went the wrong way. I gotta go get the straw, which is back at the other place. Now, I should have like 3-4 million straw from all the harvesting that I've been doing, so we'll go this way. It's quicker to go this way. That way I don't have to cut across my field. I don't care about somebody else's. Right through here. Smash into the tree. Right through here. Here is the main farm. I'm gonna need you to get out of the way, buddy. Alright. The only thing I don't like about this 10 million liter thing is we have 7.9 million straw, so we're good. Is that in order to get anything out of it, you have to close that. It's just an extra pain step, I think is just silly. I'm really not entirely sure why you have to do that, but you do. And then you can put in those little squares are 10 million liters extra, so I'll never run out of space. No, where is it? There it is, straw. that's going to take a minute, so we'll go get another tractor. And we'll get us some water. Now, if you haven't seen my video on how to get money quick, you need to go watch it. I just put it out. Very quick. And you know, you can call it cheating or whatever. I don't care what you call it. It's just an easy, quick way to get some money. And it's not even a lot of money. I mean, it could be. But I'm not even talking about putting in signs. But check out that video on my YouTube. I wish I hit every tree on this map. So we got 2 tankers while that straw's filling. I want to see how quickly. There we go. Now we could put in our own water, but I'm going to try to go get it out of that pond. Because it's literally like right there. You just have to be careful on this case tractor with those tanks, because if it fills those tanks, then instead of the actual tanker, then it's a giant pain. We're going to drive in there. Nope. I hope that's it. I don't think that's it. That's it. Yeah, it's it. Okay. But it should be 200,000, so I'll see what happens here. It feels pretty quick. I was like, I got a soda around here someplace. Yeah, that's it. Alright. And the water's right. I do like the water ripples. Guess I never noticed that. Well, how do you fill the water? I guess it's one of those sensitive triggers. Well, if it's not going to let you put water in it, and I got it on the tank, so it's not that. Let me try the other one. Really doesn't make a lot of sense. And we're right on top of that trigger. Very interesting indeed. So how are you supposed to fill the water? Well, that really doesn't make any sense. So the water trigger doesn't work? I mean, how are we supposed to fill the water? This is why I try these things, because you just never know. All right. So go to containers. No, where is it? Thought that would have been under water tank, or let's try silos. Should be under silo extensions. Slurry storage, 10 million liters. I don't even know where that came from. Buildable feedlot pack. Okay. I don't even know where that came from. There's a water distributor, I promise. And it's not just that little tank. I don't remember deleting it. Here it is. Old wind wheel with water tank. The water station can supply your water tanks with fresh water. It's not what I'm looking for. Well, I know it's here because I have one. Right here. Water pump with distribution. Where did I get that at? Maybe it's under factories? Oh, I bet it is under factories. Maybe? That's interesting. With this pump, you can extract water from underground aquifer to distribute it to the greenhouses and other production sites that need it or refill your tanks. Let's try that over here. But that's not the one that I have over there. There it is right there. All right. Now let's get out and check these things and see what they do. I haven't used this one yet. I don't know what this one. Storing. No, let's groundwater. 1 million liters. Let's distribute that. Change output to distributing. All right, let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to find out. We may have to speed up time a little bit. There goes 28 liters, 32 liters. It's not going here. So this cow barn may be a bust because I can't get water to it. They're not ever going to get to 100% health. So maybe you got to buy a cow. Let me put one in there. Let's put one. I'll put a full grown one in there. I think it's at the other end, damn it. Oh, it's right here. All right. We'll just buy one. Because maybe you got to have one in here. So it's still not getting any water, but I may have to speed up till 5. Give it another hour. Because neither one of these seem like they're doing what they're supposed to do. I know this one works because it works on my lime factory. So I know it works, but I don't know if it's going to feed the cow barn. That's the problem. So let me speed up time. We'll stand in front of this thing here and see if it gets any water. We'll do 120, see what happens here. I know he's in there getting all hungry and thirsty. Let's see. I mean, it's putting the water out. But it is definitely not coming over here. Alright, so that was on the hour. No water. But it's really actually not even distributing, really, doesn't look like. I mean, it's got 15,000 liters of water in it, and it's not distributing, so. Let's try this again. I mean, there's no reason for this not to work. We may not be using these, I guess. I like the fact that you got to add water. If it's not going to work, then it doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't have anything to do with the way the land is shaped. I mean, it's clear. Doesn't make any sense. And there isn't another, I mean, there's other tankers, but... Oh, I forgot about this thing. Oh, I forgot about this thing. What is liquid tank unrealistic is 250,000 liters, which isn't much better than what I'm using now, so I probably wouldn't use that. But it is a good auto-loading bale loader, so... Tipper body is only 106,000 liters, so won't use it for that. Could use it for auto-loading logs, I guess, if it does. But okay, so there's still no better tanker than this one at 200,000 liters. So I'll have to delete these. We'll try something else because these just aren't working. I mean, if they're not working, then there's no point of keeping them. I mean, let me see if I can go inside. Maybe you gotta go inside and do it. Really? Really? Now, how did I get stuck in a pole? Cow, or buffalo, you're gonna have to move, buddy. Let's see. I got nothing still, so. Interesting indeed. me see something else. Let me check one other thing. Yeah, there's no water in the tanks of this thing, so it's not that. If you get water or herbicide or something in your tanks on these tractors, it will not unload. It's very odd. So you got to be careful with those. I hardly use them, so I need to stop putting them on it. But I like them on there. I don't know why. Anyway, so there you have it. So these cow barns are not going to cut it because they're not getting any water from the distributor. They're not getting any water from a tank. So while we're on here, let's go back to FS25.net. Nice looking, but not functioning. Doesn't make any sense. Well, if I could type, that'd be great. So there it is. I left a comment form. We'll have to wait for it to be approved, but that's okay. I don't know what that is. Stop that. Let's get back to this. So, you know, I'll probably just end up deleting these. Maybe try them again at another time. But right now, I mean, if you can't add water, you know what I should do is we should go check the. I guess I can check the hay. I'll just stop right here and get it. We'll see if we can, if that's working. See if there's well, it looks like it's all filled. Gosh, look at that, 5 million. That filled really, really fast. I've never seen one of these 5 million liter trailers fill that fast. They usually take forever. So we'll go the back way. Man, if I could just hit everything along the way. Let's see what we got here. So first we'll try over here by the where it says bales. Now I know it says bales, so I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't take it. That's just, if it's for bales only, it's for bales only. Let's see if I can actually drive and back this thing in there. Okay, so we'll let you dump the straw in there. We're going to let it take as much as it wants. See how high it's going? We may end up having to do the grain door. We'll see what happens. Looks like we're going to be clear. Okay, good. So, okay, so it only took, how much did it take? 850,000. So why doesn't the water work? That just sucks. Let's contact this guy again. See if we can Austria modding. Let's see if he's got a manure heap removed, radius expanded. Normal manure heap can now be placed completely around the barn. Water capacity increased, water trigger raised, soil texture added, feed capacity increased, straw capacity increased. So let's go back. Maybe it is us. Let's soften it a little bit more around the water trigger here. Maybe it has something to do with that. See if that helps it any. Let's try this one. Well, I won't be able to do much over here because my tractor is in the way, I don't think. Well, you guys do me a favor, hit that like and follow. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just trying to get this cow barn, see what we got to do to get it to work. It took the straw, but we're still not getting it to take any water. No matter what I do. Let me back it up. Let me pull it over here a little bit, and then we'll go back in. And we'll try to lower that a little bit more. Maybe I have to delete it. Maybe I need to delete the whole cow barn. And lower that a little bit. And then try it. I mean, I can't believe that would be it, but I mean, man, you never know. You just never know. We'll just try it. Try it. Still nothing. So the water distributor is just not distributing it at all, so. I mean, it's got 50,000 liters. It's not distributing. This one is distributing because it's next to my lime. Next to this guy. So it's keeping it full. So maybe they got to be closer. I think they were under silos. Helps you supply your greenhouse with water. Must be placed near greenhouses. I forgot where I found it already. Isn't that just terrible? I do not see. Oh, I think it was under factories. That's right. I don't know why. You'd think it'd be under containers. I don't know why it's under factories. I really don't. Here it is. I mean, maybe it's got to be closer. Let's try that. So I can always delete the extras. There's 1 liter, 5 liters. Still nothing. If this live ends up just cutting off abruptly, I'm sorry, but we are under severe thunderstorm warning, so we may get some nasty, nasty winds and things. So if it just cuts out, I didn't just drop everybody. Here's this one. I don't think you can get it any closer than what I got. I mean, that does it. We'll try this one too. Have that one set to distribute too. This one takes a little bit longer. This one should be going 96, 98 liters. I don't know. Like I said, if I can't get water in there, I'll just delete it and we'll go back with the original cow barns, because this doesn't make any sense to me. Why it wouldn't be working. I could sell that cattle, or that cow, delete the cow barns, try to flatten out the land a little bit more where they're sitting and see if that does it. But I mean, I don't think that's it. I really don't. Let me go in there and sell this little guy. We'll sell these distributors. That pole. This map is not without its glitches. That's for sure. Let's sell this little guy. He's probably lonely anyways. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to select him. We're going to sell. All right. Now let's get out of here. Let's pull our cars away, and then I'll sell all this crap. Unbelievable to me that it doesn't work, though. Let's get the tractor up here out of the way. But this is why you got to do it, because you just don't know. Because if you remember in 22, when you first started, everything required water. You had to give water to every, especially like the sheep and things like that. You had to. And then they started coming out with barns that had water already in them, you know, where you didn't have to give them water anymore. I mean, I like that okay, but I also don't mind having to add water. I really don't. Or the automatic water pump. That was the greatest, like I said, that was the greatest thing that we ever had on 22, honestly. Because it worked for your greenhouses, it worked for your cattle, it worked for everything. Alright, I'm going to sell all this stuff. Sell. Oops. I don't know what the hell that is. There's a tree stump on that. That's hilarious. It's pretty flat if you ask me, but what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is we're going to go to level. All right. And we're just going to level all this. We'll make the other side this tall. And then I'll go back and re-soften it. I did do this on another barn, so it's not a huge deal. So may have had to get rid of that tree. I think that's going to be a problem. I don't know how we missed that one tree stump and it didn't give me any grief about putting the barn there, but whatever. Yeah, it's not going to go. And I don't know any way to fix that without... That's just the strangest damn thing I've ever seen. Okay, so... Oh, my tractor's in the way. It won't let me get in it. At this point, I'm fixing to just go back to the other cow barn. See, if this doesn't work, I'm going to put it in one. If it doesn't work, then I'm done with it. I left him a message. I might find his website and see if I can talk to him and let him know that I can't get the water trigger to work, whether it's me, whether it's the mod, I don't know. But we'll see what's going on. Has anybody else used this? Damn it. There we go. Like I said, it's not going to let me fix that, so we're pretty much over where we were, so we should be good. All right. So glitchy. We're going to put it right there. Okay. Now that should be, I mean, that's level, so we shouldn't have any problems. And I'm going to go back to soften this back up. Except for, of course, where the trailer sits. Okay. Now let's try the water. It may have very well been the land, because look what's around the water tank now. So it very well may have just been that there wasn't enough, and that's what it was. So it was us. Me. Good to know. I mean, that's what it takes sometimes. You gotta try to figure stuff out. So, okay, good to know. It was the curve of the hill there. So, interesting. So if you don't see the yellow, then it's not going to work. So I'm also curious then if I left enough space around the rest of the cow barn. There's a trigger there. Or not a trigger, but, and see there's the yellow there. Yellow, okay. So that's very interesting to know. Very interesting indeed. So let's see what happens when I put the other one back in. It doesn't seem to be bothered by that tree stump. Okay. All right. So now we got it figured out. Now we can start getting everything else in here. So that's pretty sweet. So I'll make sure that I'll message him while this water tanker fills up. I got to soften that. I'll message him. Refill mobile tank. There we go. Let me message him while I'm thinking about it. Comment, link, edit. Oh, it's still waiting approval, so we'll just make an update. Oops. All right, so that's taken care of, and that's just the right thing to do. You know, you don't want to contact somebody and tell them something doesn't work, and then you get it working, and then you just never say anything back. So I wanted to make sure he understood that. Let me flatten this while we're thinking about it. That I did get it working, and it wasn't his mod; it was the stupidity of the person playing. So, what? I'm gonna raise this out just a little bit. There we go. Now we'll soften. Now we'll soften her back down. I try to have a little bit of integrity. Not to be mixed with South Park's integrity. All right. That should be good enough. All right, let's get that water in there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to get this water filled. So, you know, I wonder now, though, if a water distributor would work. I'd be pretty curious to know. Let's try it on this one. It didn't work the last time, but nothing was working on it, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so that's about half of what it needs. And I'm curious if this water pump ever runs out, too. I didn't even see that before with that little round thing there. Yeah, so you can fill from here too, so that's interesting. Oh, let's distribute. Goes pretty quick. So it costs you about 60 bucks a month. This one costs you $0. But it only puts out 50,000 liters And I assume just keeps refilling, I would think. Let's try this. Let's see. Oh, look. That's very interesting. Why is there 200,000 liters of water here when we put in 400,000 on the other side? So there's your slurry. That's what was missing before with the slanted land. I got it. Well, now that doesn't make any sense. So you fill one and it fills both? I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. Huh. Pretty interesting indeed. Well, let's drive around and see what else I might have missed since I didn't have the land good enough. There's a door there too I didn't notice before. I'll drive through the deepest water. I don't care. Yeah. So while that's filling, what's this door? Oh, it just goes in and you see cow udders. Okay. Look, there's some little babies in here that we don't have. Well, that's kind of cool. Okay. So we're going to need a lot of straw. We're going to need a lot of TMR. So I'll have to make my own TMR, which is fine. They've got the mixing plants now. So from 22, they ported them over to 25. So don't have to worry about that. All right. So you fill up one and it fills up the other. So I wonder if that works for like 4. If I put 4 of these out, does it work for all 4? I'll find out. Let's go fill her up again and see what happens. Let's see. Can you go look at? I don't think it shows you the actual cow barn. So here's where it is: productivity, straw, slurry, total capacity, effectiveness, total mixed fraction. See, it's 100%. Grass is 40%, not 20. I think I said 20% the other day, but it's 40%. Silage is 80. Hay is 80. So obviously TMR gets you the most, as I said before. So that's what you'd want. There it is, water. I don't understand why I took it the first time, but now it's not. I don't get that at all. Okay. I don't think I filled either one of them. I think I only filled one. Unless I'm just going nuts. Or maybe I'm just going nuts. I could have sworn I only did the one. So. There we go. You guys don't forget, please like and follow. Help me out. We'll be back on tonight too. I do like the ripples. I don't think I ever noticed that before. That's pretty cool. And then immediately get mud. Yeah. Alright, so when I add the other two, minimum of 2 cow barns, I know now that I have to make sure that the land is super, super flat. No hilly areas at all. So I don't know, maybe I'm just on crack. I could have sworn that I only added water to one barn, but maybe perhaps somewhere I did add water to both. I don't recall doing that, but whatever. It doesn't look like these distributors are actually going to distribute to these cow sheds. So chances are I'll probably just get rid of those. Because they should already be distributing. Should already be going. Let's go ahead and get some hay in there. Well, I'll wait on the hay because I still got to make TMR. I just was trying to get these. I wanted to get the barns in. I'd like to see if I can get 6 of these big cow barns in here, which I personally think I should be able to do. It might be a little tight. Might be a little tight through here. But I think we can do it. Probably not. I'll probably just do 1 here, and then it'll open up, and I can do 2 here, 2 here. So we can at least be able to get what? 2, 4, 6. So we 2, 4, 6. I gotta figure out a way to get 8. I want to try to get 8 of these on here, so we'll figure it out. Maybe I should have gone. I probably should have gone this way with it. And I can still do that. I can delete them back out and try it again. Put them at an angle and just go all the way down. I'd probably get them all in here then. Except for down to here. Nope, the pole doesn't seem to matter. The tree, the land. But, yeah, yep. But they're awfully long to go down here. I don't know how exactly that would work, but we'll see. I can always put 1 or 2 over here too, so because I don't use this land for anything, so I use this for farmland, but so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try to get as many as we can. I'm still curious. I still think I don't know. We'll see. I'll work it out. We'll work it out. Oh yeah, let's get some more water. So I got a tanker for either side. So right now I'm just filling up, and I'll have a tanker for either one. And it looks to me like I'm curious if that water pump will just deliver 200,000 liters of water to me, or do I gotta wait till it has that much in there? So we're gonna find out. It definitely lets me fill, and it looks like there's only 752 liters of water. So 1,000,000 liters is what it has as groundwater. So let's see if it diminishes it. I'm very curious to know, is it going to take away the 1,000,000 liters? Does the 1,000,000 liters come back? I think it stopped. Huh? What are you talking about? Broken, needs to be reset. So it only will do as much as what, yeah, so, yeah. Okay. So it only takes the building storage output. It won't, okay. I don't like that. I don't think I'm going to use that. I'll just fill it up out of the pond. Or you could put in one of those filling stations because the water's free out of those. You could do that. And then if you have excess water you don't need, or for some weird reason, I guess you could always just go sell it. I'm not sure why you would do that, since you're going to have to refill your cow barns all the time. So I wouldn't do it. But there's this new cowborn from Austria Farming. Oh, Austria Modding, sorry. And I'm going to try to use these cow barns. They seem like they're going to do okay, and I don't mind delivering the TMR every day. It's not a huge deal to me. The TMR factories make so much so quick, it's not that big of a deal. Grass, same way. You can get so much grass so quick, it's not even funny to make silage, so it's not a huge deal to me. But I'll do a video on these cow barns. Probably snippet out of this. You can hear my dogs. They bark at everything. There's probably a leaf blowing around, so they're mad at that leaf. Might attack us. That's what dogs do. I may be herding. I may be a cattle farmer on the game, but in real life, I'm a dog herder. So. All right. Nope. Get back in there. All right. This is one of those times I missed the 2 million liter tankers. Although they take forever to fill because it's 2 million liters. They take forever to fill. But I'm all about efficiency, trying to get things to work faster and do better. Especially when you're on a single player and, you know, I already own. I own all of this. All of this. So it's a lot of work when you're doing single player. Now that should be 600,000. Yep. And then what we can do is I'll just fill the tanker back up once it's full. We'll leave it here, and then I can just hook up to it and refill when I need to. And that's the same thing I'll do with the straw, the TMR, and all that stuff. So. The only thing I wish, though, that is FS25, we should have gotten snow runner graphics. Unpopular opinion. Not saying the graphics are bad. I used to think so, but it's grown on me. But I still wish that we could have got, like, snow runner graphics. No reason really we couldn't have. Maybe on FS85 we'll finally have SnowRunner from 2022 graphics. But it's better. It's not too bad. The other thing I wish is that this TARDIS tanker, if I could actually talk to those modders, I'd like to see us be able to pull two of these together. Tandems. But you cannot pull two tankers because of the way they have it built in the back. But there's no reason why they couldn't put a trailer hitch on there and you could pull two. Really isn't. That'd be fantastic. Fantastic. So. That's 800,000. Go ahead and sell this sucker. I don't need it. It's not doing what we want to do anyways. There was a little place I saw. I wanted to soften a little bit more. A little bit through here. I think it was around the front. Yeah, I don't get this whole gully thing here. There we go. That's better. And the floating pole. There's two of them. Alright, I think that'll work. refill this. And I think while we're doing that, we'll go to construction. We're going to go to factories. I need to find the fermenter. We can go ahead and get that out there. So there's the mixed feed cows XXL. There's a fermenting silo here, but I didn't find it to work as well as the other one that I was using, wherever it is. Hay silage production. I think this was it. Makes... That's not it. Where is it? I don't even see it now. Okay, so this one looks like it will be for making the hay and silage, but that's not the one that I was using before. This also looks like it just hay silage production. So maybe it was this one I was using. I think this actually was it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put it here, and this is for your pigs, and this is going to be for the cows. And then behind it we will put, we're going to give it a little bit more. We're going to give the production a boost on what it can hold. So universal bulk storage single, we don't want that one. I want this one. This is universal underground bulk storage. And what we're going to do is I'm probably going to have to buy this land. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy that land. But what we can do is we can put it here. It's not a big deal. We'll use this for storage. Actually, let's put it here. There we go. And I'll soften that up a little bit. Okay. Yep. God bless. There we go. Alright, it wasn't a terrible shape, but I guess that's fine. Come on, 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 come on. 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. There it is. 10 million liters bulk storage mod. Okay. There we go. Then what we'll do is we're going to go into silo extensions. Now this is storage for bulk materials or liquids. Universal underground bulk storage extension single. Under universal liquid storage. See, this is only liquids. This is liquids. Only one crop. Universal extension for bulk materials. This is the one we want. So this would be another 10 million liters. Damn it. And you can just put them back here, out of the way. All right. So what that does is that's going to give us a production bonus. Oops. Of it should give us 50 million liters in our fermenter. But I got to do some mowing. So we'll do that offline. Put this last 50,000 in here. Or I guess more. I thought I only needed 50,000. There it goes. Yeah, 50,000. Alright, now let's go to start. This is what we own. There's our ferment silo, and it does everything that you need it to do. Chaff, grass solid digestate, hay drying. So, you know, and right now I know it only says 2 million liters, but give it a second, because that's what it always says. Once I start adding, hopefully it'll change that. If it doesn't, it's no big deal, but it should. It did it on my other map, so it should do it here as well. And not that I'm ever going to fill 50 million liters worth of grass in there, but it's nice to have it in case you need it. It's a nice little hack from the game that not a lot of people are aware about. I discovered it on 22, and it still works on 25, so. You think it'd fill faster as you're driving, since it's shoving it in there, but I don't think it works that way. I'm not sure. Kind of seems like it does, but I don't think so. All right. This should be it for our water. Like I said, I'll leave this tanker over here to keep refilling. Okay. And I believe all the lighting is auto, because I couldn't find these switches. So we're going to go ahead and open that up for when we drop the hay off. And then should just be able to leave the hay here. I don't know. I didn't see a trigger for the TMR. Maybe it's at the hay spot. I mean, I assume that's where you drop it off at. That's what I'm going to assume, at least. Because I see no other trigger points. So, what I'll probably end up doing is leaving a tractor in here for that, so. Alright, one more fill for this. 50,000 liters, just like the last one. I don't know, 8 of these might be a lot of work for a single player. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But chances are I'll do it and just leave a tanker at each one. But eventually I'll figure out some way to get that water done easier than this. This isn't terrible, but if I just did the other ones, it's all automatic, but I was trying to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. A different cow barn. Actually doing a little bit more work. I'm not worried about TMR. Like I said, it goes pretty fast. It makes pretty fast, so I'm not too worried about that. We should have, I mean, I think it said to hold 1 million liters, though. That's a crap ton of TMR to hold, so we'll see what happens. But I do like the looks of these barns a lot. They're very modern looking. But I think that's going to be our 2 hours for the day, guys. I will be back tomorrow with this and see what we've gotten. I'll do some mowing offline and things like that to get our grass started. I got other fields to prep anyways. But I wanted to get these in. I wanted to check out this new barn mod, see if it was going to work, because the other one didn't. You can watch that video. So I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to be on tonight as well, but that'll be No Man's Sky tonight. Might do a little Command and Conquer tonight too. I don't know yet. But as always, guys, do me that favor and hit that like and follow. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.